we're gonna move straight into the second round. And there it is, look at that, Heat 1, Round 2. Tomas Hermes from Brazil. Santiago Muniz from Argentina. Marco Giorgi, who already surfed this morning. And McGonagle, also who surfed this morning, making it through. So they're doing double duty today at Sunset Beach, but that's perfectly fine. The boys are not gonna be complaining because look at the waves.
All right, well, McGonagle, good to see him come through a heat, and here we go, testing out that ankle is Tomas Hermes. You can see it taped up on his rear foot, and you can see he's surfing gingerly on that, Ross.
Ouch, that hurt me, watching that little snap.
And here is Santiago Muniz in comparison, looking snappy, lively, and throwing buckets. Those little vertical finish, but
through these turns, it's such a physical effort to surf strongly, and just watch that back foot. Already you can see his knees kind of locked, surfing a little more vertical and straight up, looking ginger. And right there, just kind of pushing a little bit, and almost looked like he flinched. I will say though, in his defense, that wave was pretty mushy and rolling out to sea, so it's not like he squandered any real big opportunity. Santiago Muniz, nice little slash there, surfs so much like his brother Alejo, who is on tour. It's changed so much, hasn't it? And to think that we have a big wave tour event at Jaws is almost unfathomable.
Here we go with Tomas. Better looking wave, and he's just, I can't help but feeling that he's playing through the pain right now. And here we go with up and riding Santi. A little off balance there, but regains it, gets over his board, and now going through a nice series of turns. Santiago Muniz looking on point in the small Sunset Point waves, and just tags it to finish off.
Yeah, looking pretty fired up there, Santiago Muniz, and you could say that's going to be maybe even joining that 5.67.
McGonagle, big surfer. We're talking about his great family from Costa Rica. Noemar kind of has to hop through these flats, and there gaps a big turn, comes off the bottom again. He's going to have to nurse a cutback if he wants to stay with the wave, and he kicks out. And again, Tomas Hermes, smooth surfing, but not the kind of spark that we're used to seeing from Tomas. Throws a layback, and he's competing.
Bust out a couple of 5.5s, it's possible.
Marco Giorgi in the white jersey, utilizing his priority. Smooth surfing from Giorgi, and throws the tail for turn number 2 after opening nice little cutback, and that wave fizzles out underneath him, but score that. Series events go from anywhere from 1,000 points to 10,000 points, like this one right here as we look at Marco Giorgi.
And you can see the difference. We're talking about the ankle injury from Tomas Hermes, but Marco Giorgi on that wave, you saw how much pressure he put on that first turn, Kaipo. You know, it's subtle, maybe to your average Joe out there, but you can see the difference. See how he's just kind of gliding on top of the water. He's not really cutting through it. He's not throwing as much spray. That turn was not too bad, you know, kind of a cool little layback snap, but you can see the difference, and you know who's watching the difference is the judges. So you can see again right there a bit of a power carve from Noemar, and this is a big kid, so it's going to be an uphill battle for Tomas.
Yeah, it sure will, and unfortunate, you know, for him to get the injury right before this valuable 10,000. Like we said, top 5 results of the year. McGonagle loading up, throws the tail, aggressive turn, just a one turn, but a big aggressive turn. What did you think about that, Ross?
I liked it. Good start to the wave, but probably needed a little more to impress the judges.
This guy seems to be just tap dancing through the wave. Saw a big shoulder on that one. Our heat leader, Santiago Muniz, kicks out. He currently has a 5.67, a 5-point ride in his scoreline. Here's that odd left. Marco Giorgi pulls into the barrel. Did he make it out? And the answer is no. Did he hit the bottom? Did he hit a coral head? Maybe, because he's possibly in the boneyard area. Went for AI, but let's take another look at Santi.
Santiago, just a quick little wave here before this wave kind of hits the channel. This is actually his first ride of this afternoon heat, 5.67 right here. Energetic. Little bonus closeout section right there, Kaipo. Just allowed the judges again. You can leave them with a good note, a nice little banger of a maneuver. Find the proper wave and smack the lip.
Marco Giorgi smacking the lip once, smacks it 2 times, looks for a third one, and he kicks out. He's going to get rid of a fractional score that he has of a 0.93 and better his position. He needs a 3.68. a surfer from Uruguay, needs a 3.68 to move into second place.
And here he is, Marco Giorgi. A couple of nice little vertical pivots, but you know, if you're rated right around the 30s, you're going to have to go big, pretty much win this event to qualify.
Tomas Hermes. Just now, it looks like he's going to start to surf on adrenaline, because just when I said that, I gave him a little bit of a commentator jinx.
Wow, man, he was on to a decent score there.
Santiago Muniz, it looks like he's ready to just grind this out. He's just taking a lot of passes at it, catching a lot of waves. He's in the first position, so making himself look good. And here we go with Marco Giorgi. Nice little snap. Second, getting some rhythm here. Third little round though, and just the front foot comes off at a super inopportune time. Number 2. This is the round of 96, so we've shaved it down to 96 surfers, and we see Neumar McGonagle banking off the whitewater there. This wave looks like it has a double up on it, and it does. He runs down the line, building up speed, smacks it through the lip right there, powering through there. He wants more, gets back into the open face, and whack! One more time, hangs on through that, and you can see just by the body that he's happy with that performance. Marco Giorgi way out the back just for a one turn, way up on the point. Tomas Hermes is going to have to make things happen right now. A little too deep on that one. He decides to pull out really quickly rather than losing position. And here we got some replays.
Well, two big sections. Overhead, it's a bigger wave, but you can see a little bit of a lower tide this afternoon, and it's done well for that deep spot. And there's that second move. And right here, watch the reform. It's another section, so I mean, these are just bonuses. You keep waiting for this wave to disappear and kind of, you know, fall flat, and it delivered. Here's Neumar. This is what we missed, just kind of searching around. And a lot of times this whitewash will go into Val's Reef. Now it's going to find some shallowness again and reform. Just a little cut back there, so not too much. You know, it didn't really add a whole lot to that, but again, a bit of a bonus there from Neumar to get that wave to stand up that many times. And Mr. Man Bun, Marco Giorgi, Uruguay, a couple of smacks there, but a short wave. So
down into second place now. Marco Giorgi needing a 6.6 to move into second place, and this guy now needs surfing for a 6.4 in his hopes of advancing and his hopes of championship tour qualification, all in one for Tomas Hermes on the qualifying series.
Yeah, I mean, he could win this event and still not potentially finish in the top 10, so he's going to really have to go big at pipe.
There we go. Santiago Muniz, a 5.81 will regain him the lead. That's not going to be the 5.81. He utilizes his priority, so he opens up the door for Marco Giorgi right here, surfing for a 6.1. Tail slide, but came off, so that's not going to do it either. So now, and know that it's going to be dependent on how other people finish off. Santi on the inside, snaps it. Just lightning fast, just really reminiscent of his brother, basically, with those snaps, you know. Alejo and Santiago both have that super quick frontside snap, and just runs in the family, that technique. This one lines up on the inside, winds up and gets another one. Just buries the nose, frees the tail, and he went to work on that thing. I'm telling you, 5.81.
It's going to push the requirements up for the guys sitting in third and fourth. An interesting style, different, you know, a wider stance and wide upper body as well. He kind of has all his limbs out, almost like a starfish, and that gives him a lot of leverage. It makes him consistent, but it also makes him powerful. You know, when he leans into these snaps, he throws a lot of spray, kind of scoots across the surface of the water, and it enables him to also slide his tail and his fins at will. He kind of did all of that in that wave.
How aggressive were those snaps? So we'll see what comes in. The judges are liking it. He's going to go into first place. Oh! And someone way up there in the boneyard.
That was nuts. That was Marco Giorgi. Right up there. We're talking about that reef at Boneyards. The tide is a bit lower this afternoon, and he absolutely grits right on the rocks. Looks like he's fine, though.
Well, it can happen. Getting lucky and not hit the bottom, but this is going to be the end of this heat. So it looks like it's going to be Santiago Muniz and the Costa Rican Neumar McGonagle advancing on into the next round, the round of 64. So congratulations to those. Marco Giorgi is going to bow out.